Welcome back, everybody. Hot Mic live on location in Wahpeton. Cody Mauch's second annual football camp going to get going here in about a half hour. Kids are already filling up. Got plenty of volunteers. Going to be a great day. Weather is fantastic. We mentioned we brought out some of the big guns, or at least Cody did, to help out the camp today. They don't get much bigger than the guy next to me. It's great to see Ada, Minnesota's Mason Miller join us here now of the Detroit Lions. How's that sound now when I say that?
It's definitely a lot different than North Dakota State Bison, but it's a good feeling. So
we have not talked since everything went down. So we talked prior to the draft. So give us the lowdown. Saturday comes, and you take it from there.
Yeah. So Saturday happened. Was a lot of fun. Was on the phone all day. Then you get out there, and it's rookie mini camp for 3 days, and just going through that was a lot of fun, and then OTAs, the whole process was really cool. Learned a lot. I mean, it's a completely different language than college football, but, that whole learning process has been a ton of fun.
So let's go prior to getting out there. Was Detroit one of the teams that had talked to you or talked to your agent? Was that on the radar?
Yeah, Detroit was probably my number one spot before the whole thing happened, just with Coach Roll being out there. To have that familiarity was really cool.
So I know you had a bunch of family and friends over. What was that? How was that to balance that of, hey, I want to talk to people, but also, hey, the phone is going to ring?
Right. I kind of went in. We used my neighbor's shop, and I kind of went into a dark room and was there for basically the whole night.
Yeah.
And people came, had some food, and it was really cool to see the support. From the community for myself.
What was that reaction when you got off the phone to tell them it was going to be the Lions?
Well, I got off the phone, and, the draft was still going on, so I didn't want to tell anybody. But, after that last pick was made, then, just the whole shop erupted. And, yeah, I mean, just that emotion that went through me was, I'll never probably experience something like that again.
So getting out there and to see T-Roll, what was that emotion like? Seeing a familiar face.
Yeah, we gave each other a big hug, and then it was back to business like usual. You can't get too emotional when those things happen, but, to have that and to have that comfort level with somebody like that I was with for 4 years is really special. And, you don't find that a lot in the NFL.
Yeah.
Coaches kind of coach, and then players do their thing. Where college is, you're intertwined a little bit more. You have more of a relationship with somebody, and hopefully, we can continue that, but we'll see what happens. So,
Coach Dan Campbell, we see him on the outward side of it. How much interaction, if any, of you had so far out there?
I'm trying to keep my interactions with him as minimal as possible, but he's exactly the guy that you see on TV.
Yeah.
He doesn't change who he is for anybody, and I think that's a testament to the culture that they're building and the people that they're bringing in.
So you went through rookie camp and OTAs, mini camp. What was that experience like, and just what are you trying to do here for those first 3 steps before training camp begins?
Right, I'm just trying to be sticky. Really, any way that I can get reps or find myself in a position to make the team, that's what I'm trying to do. So I've been taking center or snapping the football, something I've never had to do before, whether it's trying to learn a little bit of tight end. I mean, the playbook is very complex, so just trying to be sticky.
Being an undrafted guy, obviously there comes with it, nerves is the right way. You're trying to make a roster. How do you keep that out of your mind? Saying, you know what, like you said, I just want to make an impact that say, hey, the Miller kid, we want him on the 53-man roster.
Yeah, at the end of the day, football is football. So it's something I've been doing for the last 5 years in college football. So just trying to continue that, have that mindset that, the moment isn't really bigger than what it is. So just trying to continue to make an impact on the field, whether it's, that was a really good block. Well, maybe he didn't have great hands, but the effort was there.
Yeah.
So just being a high-effort guy and continuing to just kind of do what I did in college.
Describe Cody asked you to come down here, and I know it was a slam dunk yes, but give me the interaction here when Cody asked you to be part of this today.
Yeah, it's a super cool opportunity. He said, he was obviously busy with some other things, but to have him ask us to do this, it's just truly special, and to give back to small town North Dakota.
To be able to impact this, was there a camp that you went to when you were a kid that gave you a lasting impact? Say, boy, that football may be something I want to give a try to.
There was never really football camps like this when I was growing up, but, I went to North Dakota State camp, and there was upperclassmen that I ended up playing with for a little bit that, I was a nobody, and he pulled me aside and just kind of gave me some pointers. And, I don't think you get that from a lot of places and a lot of people. So I just think that speaks to the character of the people that went to North Dakota State.
Yeah.
And, we wouldn't have camps like this or Cordell's going on without people like that.
Knowing NDSU's individual camp just ramped up, any memories come to mind of that when you went, and what kind of...
Yeah, I don't think I won a rep while I was there. I think they just saw a big, tall, long, skinny, athletic kid that could potentially work into something.
Mold into something?
Yeah, but I don't think I won a single rep.
Was confidence shot when you left there?
A little bit,
yeah.
But, I mean, you hear good things from the coaches after that, and you're like, well, I mean, you never know. And then, you get to college, and then you get humbled a little bit when you get there. But everything, I think it's all worked out for the better. And
out of that, how long after, Mace, did you get offered? Like when you went to camp, and then when did you hear from NDSU?
Well, so I think I went going into my sophomore summer,
okay.
And then I got offered my junior year during the basketball season, I think is what it was.
Okay.
So,
but going there was the big drive to obviously make whatever happen.
Well, yeah, football was never really on my radar until that happened. I always thought I was going to be a basketball player, and then, that happened, and I was like, yeah, for sure, football's not on my radar now. But then, Coach Hedberg started talking to me shortly thereafter that, and things blossom into what they are now.
What is you only have a few free weeks to be home. What have you tried to do to after minicamp wrap to maximize your time home, but also get ready for training camp starting here in about a month?
Yeah, so I've worked out at NDSU. I've gotten to go in some of the lift groups with them, which has been really nice. It's a lot different lifting at college than it is in the NFL, but to enjoy some of my time, spend a little bit of time at the lake, trying to do as much fishing as I possibly can. So.
If you got an inside group of what are the next standout offensive linemen or be at NDSU, we got a couple guys that you give us. We're a month out from Bison Fall Camp getting going here.
I think obviously Griff and Trent, but there's a lot of competition between those younger guys, and a lot of those guys need to step up. So I don't have an inside track right now. I can't honestly tell you, but I'm excited to see a lot of growth between some individuals that got a little bit of time, didn't get any time, and these guys need to, step it up and flourish. So
there's you've probably seen the photo I put out on social media of the offensive line of now each guy in the National Football League. What's that mean to you?
It's a really cool thing. I think a lot of it has to do with Coach Larson. Without him, I don't think a lot of us would be where we are. Just from how he coaches, his mindset, his knowledge of the game is impeccable. There's not a lot of guys that are as smart as him when it comes to football. And I think it's just a character. It's a testament to Coach Kramer and the character that he builds as well. Without those guys, I don't think any of us are where we're at.
To him now be calling the plays, the OC, how's that going to be for Bison fans that might be nervous? Like, okay, an offensive line coach is going to be the offensive coordinator. Tell us about what to expect, maybe.
Like I said, I think he's the smartest football player or football coach I've ever been around. Wow. His mind for the game. I mean, he was doing a lot of that stuff behind the scenes, too, helping out with a lot of the run game stuff for sure. So we'll see if it's a run-heavy offense or a pass-heavy offense, but, time will tell that story.
Well, you guys got pretty good at pass blocking last year. Did you miss there wasn't necessarily the
little bit
ground? See, it's funny. I was looking at the stats. It ended up being you had the same amount of rushing touchdowns as passing touchdowns. I wouldn't.
Oh, really?
I had the same reaction.
With
I would not have
Bryce
thought
having
that.
17,
I know.
I was like, oh, that'd be.
I did not expect that. So in the end, it was pretty balanced then, right?
Exactly.
So for Bison fans, they can't freak out too much. It's so great to see you, man. Thanks for making time for this. Have a great day today, and we'll catch up before the season gets going, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Dom.
Mason Miller from Ada, Minnesota, joining us now. The Detroit Lions going here with, I was going to say fall camp, with the training camp coming up here in about a month. We'll break. We got another segment here. I think we can get the first rounder to join us before camp gets going. Gray Zabel going to join us on the other side of the break. Back on Hot Mic on WDAY Extra right after this.